Listen to me, before you ever see a million in your bank account, before you ever touch it, before you ever live it, you've got to become it in your mind. You don't wake up one day and just fall into wealth. You don't stumble into success. You don't just accidentally become a millionaire. It's intentional, it's built. It's earned long before the money ever shows up. You've got to train your mind to think like one, to act like one, to move like one, even when you're still broke, even when the situation around you doesn't look like it yet. That's where it starts. The problem with most people is they're waiting for the money to show up before they act like they deserve it. They want the lifestyle before they want the discipline. They want the recognition before they want the responsibility. That's not how it works. You've got to flip it. You've got to live like a millionaire in your habits, in your mindset, in your grind, long before the dollar amount ever arrives. Because if your mind isn't right, I don't care if someone handed you $1 million today, you'd lose it tomorrow. You'd waste it, you'd blow it, you'd let it slip right through your hands because you never built the character to hold it. Be real with yourself. Look at your daily habits. Look at how you move. Look at how you spend your time. Do your habits look like somebody who's going to be wealthy? Or do they look like somebody who's always going to be broke? Because the truth is, wealth is a mindset before it's a reality. It's about how you manage your hours, how you manage your energy, how you manage your focus. That's millionaire talk. Millionaires don't wait for opportunities, they prepare for them. They don't say, one day I'll be ready. No, they're ready now, so when the opportunity shows up, they don't have to get ready. They already are. I need you to stop living like you've got time to waste. That's the broke mentality. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll try again next week. I'll start next year. No. That's not millionaire thinking. Millionaire thinking says, if I don't do it now, I don't deserve it later. It says, every single second counts, every single move matters, and I refuse to waste even one of them. Because the truth is, you don't lose money first, you lose time first. And when you lose time, eventually you lose money. You've got to shift the way you see yourself. Too many of you are looking at your current situation and letting that define you. You're looking at your job, your bank account, your living conditions, and you're saying, this is who I am. No, that's just where you are right now. Who you are is who you decide to be in your mind. And if you don't believe you can be a millionaire, if you don't walk like it, talk like it, and think like it, then it will never come to you. Because energy attracts energy. If you live like you're broke in your spirit, you will stay broke in your reality. I know some of you are thinking, but I don't have the resources, I don't have the connections, I don't have the education. Let me tell you something. A millionaire doesn't start with resources, they start with resourcefulness. They figure it out. They make it happen with whatever they have. They don't cry about what they don't have. They maximize what's in their hand. And when you start doing that, when you start multiplying little things, you prove to the universe, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted with bigger things. That's when doors start opening. That's when opportunities start coming. But you've got to decide to change the way you think. A broke mindset spends every dollar as soon as it comes in. A millionaire mindset asks, how can I make this dollar work for me? How can I multiply it? How can I grow it? A broke mindset says, I can't afford it. A millionaire mindset says, how can I afford it? See the difference. One shuts the door, the other one looks for solutions. And the moment you start training your mind to look for solutions instead of problems, you're already stepping into the millionaire life. Let me make this clear. Becoming a millionaire isn't about the cars, the houses, the clothes. That's surface level. That's a byproduct. Becoming a millionaire is about discipline, consistency, and delayed gratification. It's about having a vision so strong that you're willing to say no to temporary pleasures, so you can say yes to permanent freedom. It's about having the courage to do today what others won't, so you can live tomorrow how others can't. That's the mentality, that's the mindset, that's the standard you've got to set for yourself. Every single day you've got to wake up and remind yourself, I'm already a millionaire. Not because of what's in your account, but because of how you carry yourself, how you think, how you move. You've got to put in the work with that mentality before the money ever shows up. And when it does show up, it won't surprise you. It won't overwhelm you. It won't slip through your fingers, because you'll realize you were already there in your mind. The money just caught up. So hear me when I say this. Stop waiting for the money to change your life. Change your life so the money shows up. Stop waiting for your bank account to validate you. Validate yourself with your actions, your grind, your discipline. Because the truth is, the world doesn't pay you for what you want. It pays you for who you become. And until you become a millionaire in your mind, you'll never hold it in your hand. Everybody wants to celebrate. Everybody wants the cars, the houses, the vacations, the freedom. But here's the problem. You want the celebration without the sacrifice. You want the reward without the grind. And I'm here to tell you it doesn't work like that. You don't get to eat the harvest if you never planted the seed. You don't get to walk across the stage if you never studied. You don't get to be a millionaire if you're not willing to put in the pain that comes before the payday. Listen to me. Sacrifice is the price tag of success. You don't pay for success with money. You pay with time, with energy, with sweat, with discipline. You pay with your late nights and your early mornings. You pay with the parties you don't go to, the vacations you skip, the fun you turn down, because you're so locked in on your goal that you'd rather miss out now than miss out forever. That's the truth about being great. You've got to give up something good to get to something greater. The reason so many people never make it to the level they dream about is because they're not willing to let go of what's comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of millionaire living. Comfort says, stay in bed, you deserve to rest. Comfort says, go hang out, you've worked hard enough. Comfort says, one little break won't hurt. But I'm telling you that one little break could be the very thing that keeps you from your breakthrough. Millionaires don't listen to comfort, they listen to their calling. They don't chase pleasure, they chase purpose. You've got to understand that the life you want requires a trade. You can't keep your excuses and have excellence at the same time. You can't keep your laziness and have luxury at the same time. You can't keep your bad habits and expect to have a bank account that looks like wealth. Something's got to go. Sacrifice is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and the bigger the dream, the bigger the sacrifice. Some of you are frustrated right now because you're giving a little, and you're wondering why you're not seeing millionaire results. Let me make it plain, you can't make millionaire withdrawals on minimum wage deposits. You can't give half effort and expect whole rewards. This isn't about luck. This isn't about chance. This is about what you're willing to surrender today to secure tomorrow. When you see somebody successful, don't just admire the spotlight, study their sacrifice. Study the nights they stayed up working when everybody else was sleeping. Study the mornings they woke up before the sun because the grind was calling their name. Study the weekends they spent building instead of chilling. You can't copy the celebration if you don't copy the sacrifice. The reason most people never make it is because they want balance before they want breakthrough. They want to be comfortable while they climb, but the climb is uncomfortable by nature. You don't get stronger lifting light weights. You don't grow avoiding pain. You grow by pushing through the struggle, by leaning into the resistance. That's what makes you capable of holding the success when it finally arrives. Hear me, this is not punishment, this is preparation. Sacrifice is not about losing, it's about positioning. When you give up temporary pleasure, you're making room for permanent gain. When you choose discipline today, you're choosing freedom tomorrow. When you turn down the short-term fun, you're opening the door to long-term fulfillment. Every sacrifice you make is an investment, and the bigger the investment, the bigger the return. Don't let the world fool you. Social media will show you the yachts, the jets, the designer clothes. What it won't show you is the grind behind the scenes. What it won't show you is the tears, the long hours, the rejection, the failures, the discipline. And that's what separates those who want it from those who have it. Millionaires understand that pain is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. They understand that sacrifice hurts now, but regret hurts forever. So the question isn't can you do it? The question is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to trade some sleep for success? Are you willing to trade some nights out for nights in working on your craft? Are you willing to say no to what feels good in the moment so you can say yes to what feels great in the future? Because if you're not willing to sacrifice, you're not willing to succeed. I need you to start living with this mentality. Every time you choose comfort over sacrifice, you are choosing to delay your destiny. Every time you say yes to distractions, you are saying no to your dreams. Every time you waste a moment, you are postponing your millionaire life. And every time you make the tough choice, every time you sacrifice, you're taking one step closer to the life you've been dreaming about. You can celebrate later, but right now it's grind season. Right now it's focus season. Right now it's sacrifice season. Don't get it twisted. Your time to shine is coming, but you've got to be willing to go through the shadows first. You've got to be willing to grind in the dark before you shine in the light. And when that day comes, when the celebration finally arrives, you'll know it wasn't luck, it wasn't magic. It was the price you paid when nobody was watching. Sacrifice now so you can celebrate later. That's the only way. Let me be real with you. The difference between average and great, the difference between broke and wealthy, the difference between talking about it and living it is work. Not talent, not connections, not luck. Work, hard, consistent, relentless work. You've got to make up your mind that nobody on this planet is going to outwork you. That's the mentality, that's the standard, that's the price of becoming a millionaire. Everybody wants the glory, but not everybody wants the grind. Everybody wants the spotlight, but not everybody wants the sweat. But the truth is, you don't get the shine without the struggle. You don't get the results without the repetition. You don't get the success without the sacrifice. And the one who wins is not always the smartest, not always the most talented, not always the most gifted. It's the one who refuses to quit, the one who's willing to outlast, outgrind, and outwork everybody else in the room. Stop making excuses. Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't build wealth. Excuses don't put you in a position of freedom. Excuses keep you broke. Excuses keep you average. Excuses keep you stuck. Somebody out there is living your dream right now, not because they're smarter than you, not because they're better than you, but because they worked harder when you were sleeping, when you were scrolling, when you were playing around. Listen to me, the grind doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're stressed. It doesn't care if you're uncomfortable. The grind only responds to effort, and if you want to be a millionaire, you've got to make the decision that you will not be outworked. Not by your peers, not by your competition, not by anyone. You've got to bring an energy, a consistency, a hunger that says, I'm not stopping until I get what I came for. You've got to adopt a new standard. The average person works when it's convenient. Millionaires work when it's necessary. The average person works until they're tired. Millionaires work until the job is done. The average person gives effort when they feel like it. Millionaires give effort regardless of how they feel. That's the difference. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going when everything in you wants to quit. I need you to hear me. Talent is not enough. You can be the most gifted person in the world, but if you're lazy, you'll lose every single time to the one who works harder than you. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And if you rely only on your gift without grinding, you're going to be broke with potential instead of wealthy with results. Think about it. Success is not reserved for the chosen few. It's reserved for the consistent few. It's for the people who show up every single day, whether they feel like it or not. It's for the ones who push past the excuses, the ones who push past the distractions, the ones who push past the pain and keep going. You don't become a millionaire by working sometimes. You become a millionaire by working all the time with focus, with intensity, with passion, with purpose. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy. You're going to feel like giving up. You're going to question yourself. You're going to wonder if it's worth it, and that's when you've got to dig deeper. That's when you've got to remind yourself why you started. That's when you've got to say, I will not quit. I will not stop. I will not let anyone outwork me. Because the moment you decide that, the moment you embrace that mentality, you're already halfway there. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop worrying about who's ahead of you or behind you. The only question you need to ask yourself is, did I outwork myself from yesterday? Did I give more today than I gave before? Did I push harder, stay longer, dig deeper? Because if you can keep doing that day after day, stacking consistency on consistency, eventually you'll rise to the top. The truth is, millionaires are ordinary people who decided to do extraordinary work. They weren't born different. They weren't given some secret formula. They just made a commitment to grind harder, to stay longer, to push further. And if you're serious, if you're hungry, if you want it bad enough, you can make that same decision. But it starts with refusing to accept excuses. You've got to remove the words "I can't" from your vocabulary. You've got to kill the habit of procrastination. You've got to silence that little voice that tells you to quit. Because while you're making excuses, somebody else is making progress. While you're complaining, somebody else is creating. While you're waiting, somebody else is working. And in the end, the one who outworked everybody else is the one who walks away with the prize. Don't let your situation define your effort. Don't let your circumstances dictate your grind. Millionaires don't let what they're going through stop them from going after what they're called to do. They outwork their pain, they outwork their challenges, they outwork their fears. And when they get to the top, they look back and realize it wasn't luck, it wasn't talent. It was pure, relentless work. So from this moment on, make up your mind that you will not be outworked, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. If someone puts in 8 hours, you'll put in 10. If someone studies for 2, you'll study for 4. If someone trains 3 days a week, you'll train 6. That's the mindset, that's the standard, that's what it takes. Outwork everybody, no excuses. That's how millionaires are made. Let me break it down for you. Becoming a millionaire is not just about stacking money in your bank account. It's not just about the house on the hill or the car in the driveway. That's surface level, that's temporary. What's the point of making all this money if it dies with you? What's the point of success if it doesn't live beyond you? True wealth, real wealth, is when your name carries weight long after you're gone. True wealth is legacy. See, a lot of people grind just to buy things. They grind just to show off. They grind just to prove people wrong. And listen, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor. But if that's all you're grinding for, you're thinking too small. Money can buy you comfort, but legacy builds impact. Money can change your lifestyle, but legacy changes lives. Money fades, but legacy stands. That's why I'm telling you, don't just chase money, chase legacy. Don't just build for yourself, build for the generations that come after you. Think about this. A millionaire doesn't just ask, what can I get? A true millionaire asks, what can I leave? They think about their children, their children's children, the community, the world. They think about creating something that keeps giving long after they've stopped working. That's the kind of vision that will push you past selfishness, past laziness, past excuses. Because it's bigger than you. When you wake up every morning, your grind has to mean more than just you getting rich. Your grind has to mean freedom for your family, opportunities for the next generation, doors being opened for people who don't even know your name yet. That's legacy. Legacy is when your sacrifices today become someone else's blessings tomorrow. Legacy is when your discipline today becomes somebody else's inspiration tomorrow. Legacy is when your hard work today becomes the foundation that somebody else builds on tomorrow. You've got to stop chasing just money because money will run out. You can lose it, you can spend it, you can mismanage it. But when you build systems, when you build impact, when you build people, that's when your wealth multiplies, that's when it endures, that's when it outlives you. You don't want to just be remembered as someone who had money. You want to be remembered as someone who changed lives, someone who left something behind that made the world better than they found it. And don't get it twisted, legacy doesn't mean you have to be famous. Legacy doesn't mean your name has to be on buildings. Legacy is about influence. It's about the way you lived. It's about the example you set. It's about the lives you touched. Legacy is when your children grow up disciplined because they saw you grind. Legacy is when your community has opportunities because you created them. Legacy is when your story inspires people you will never meet. That's real wealth. Too many people are chasing things that won't matter in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. The car you're driving now, one day it's going to be old. The clothes you're wearing now, they're going to go out of style. But the principles you live by, the impact you make, the people you build up, those things last forever. That's what millionaires understand. That's why they don't just make money, they make moves that change the future. Hear me clearly, the goal is not just to live rich. The goal is to die empty, to pour out everything you have, every gift, every talent, every lesson, every resource, so that when your time is up, you don't leave this earth with potential still inside you. You leave it with purpose fulfilled. That's legacy. Some of you are grinding just for today, and that's why you're not consistent. Because when today gets tough, you quit. But when you start thinking legacy, when you start thinking about your children's future, when you start thinking about breaking generational curses, when you start thinking about leaving behind wealth instead of debt, suddenly quitting is not an option anymore. Suddenly you find another gear. Suddenly you push harder because it's not just about you anymore. You've got to ask yourself, what will people say about me when I'm gone? Will they say I had money, or will they say I made a difference? Will they say I lived big, or will they say I built big? Because at the end of the day, nobody cares about the size of your house, but they will always remember the size of your heart. Nobody cares about how many cars you had, but they'll remember how many people you lifted up. Nobody cares about the commas in your account, but they'll remember the change you created. That's what lasts. So yes, go get the money. Yes, go chase the bag. Yes, go build wealth, but don't stop there. Take it further, take it deeper. Don't just build riches, build roots. Don't just build accounts, build a legacy. Don't just live for today, live for tomorrow. Because a millionaire who dies with just money is rich, but a millionaire who dies with legacy is wealthy forever. Legacy, that's the real millionaire mindset.